Greetings and welcome to the introduction to astronomy. One of the things that I like to do in each of my introductory astronomy classes is to begin the class with the astronomy picture of the day from the NASA website, that is apod.nasa.gov/apod. And today's picture for December the 8th of 2019. Well, it is titled Geminid Meteors over Chile. So what do we see here? Well, this is an image of a meteor shower that occurs in December of each year. And this one is from 2013. But a meteor shower is when the Earth passes through a trail of debris left behind by an object as it passes through the solar system. So that object may leave material behind in its orbit. And should the Earth happen to cross the orbit of that object, it will then pick up those materials, those little tiny grains of sand and specks of dust, and they will hit the Earth's atmosphere at very high speeds and will vaporize. And that's what we are seeing, is a trail of the material, that little small speck of material that is being vaporized in the Earth's atmosphere. Now, when we look at them, and we can see a number of things in this image, and if you move the mouse over the image, it'll be annotated. So a lot of the material is marked for you. And what you'll see is that there is what we call the radiant point. The radiant point is where the meteors appear to come from. And if you can imagine taking a ruler and connecting all of these with a line, they would all come back to that circle that is labeled as radiant of Geminids. So they all seem to come from the same point in space. And that is sort of an optical effect, because they are all traveling through in the same orbit. They are traveling parallel in space, and parallel lines will seem to converge off in the distance, just as on the flat plains looking at railroad tracks. The two tracks will seem to converge off in the distance, even though we know that they are actually still staying the same distance apart. It so happens that this point, the radiant, happened to be very close to the planet Jupiter, also labeled here, and the Orion Nebula just on the other side of the Milky Way. So another couple nice astronomical objects there as well. Now, the Geminids are the debris from from an asteroid. Most meteors come from cometary debris. Comets, when they pass close to the sun, will have their material, some of their material, vaporized. And that's why we see a comet with a great head and tail. That is material, icy material, that has been vaporized off the comet. And a lot of that ends up being left behind and just continues to follow the same orbit around the sun. Now, this one is actually through an asteroid, an active asteroid that is giving off particles. So it's a similar process, just that it's a different type of object. Generally, when we talk about meteors such as these, we consider that they come from a comet. In this case, they actually come from an asteroid. But the rest of the process is still the same. Those small bits of material will strike the Earth's atmosphere and be vaporized. Now, this image was taken over the period of 4 hours, and a number of images put together to show all of the meteors that were caught by the camera. And that is because even in an intense meteor shower, the meteors do not occur that often. You might have to wait, depending on how dark your sight is, you might have to wait a minute or more between meteor showers. So very intense meteor showers might get 50 to 100 meteors per hour. But of course, if your sky is relatively bright, if you're near a city, then you're not going to be able to see all of those. So the number that you can actually detect will be much more limited. But of course, here we can see far more with the image as taken over a period of a few hours to pick up a whole big number of meteorites that were visible at this point. So that was our picture of the day for December the 8th of 2019. It was titled Geminid Meteors over Chile. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be the sun sideways. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.